Hey everybody, how's it going? Bjork the Bear here, and today we are playing Starsector. And in this episode, we are sitting in the Majek star system at the planet of Tibicina, I believe. It's a Tritachyon planet. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name of it, but that's where we are. So we are setting up, getting ready to go after some bounties, and not this poor guy here, or poor lady, excuse me. She would almost not be worth going after. If she's still there, we'll go after her, but I'm not gonna take my time or take time out of my day to go after her. Anyways, so we are actually heading over to this one here. So the problem that we're gonna run into, this fleet doesn't have very many ships in it, but the enemy ships are starting to get a little more advanced than what I have. These two are pretty big ships, up at the capital class, I believe. And, well, they're battle carriers, battle cruisers. These are packing more firepower than probably my entire fleet. These guys are pretty beefy. And then you have the Wagner and a Venture. But the good news is the 5 other ships that aren't shown in this are weaker than the Copernic. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one either. Which this is a very light ship, very easy to destroy. We'll probably rip right through it. But my plan, my hopes, and my dreams here are that we go after this, take this fleet down by some luck of butt magic or something like that, and we are able to confiscate 1 or 2 of these ships. Probably 1, I'm gonna assume, because while it would be very nice to get my hands on both, I'm probably not gonna have the capability to maintain both of them, especially if they're damaged. But we'll see about that. If anything, if I have to choose between the two, I'm taking the Triumph. The Conquest isn't a terrible ship by any means, but along the terms of capital class ships, she's not that great. But the Triumph is a beautiful ship, and I would love to get my hands on it. And yeah, some of the changes that we've made recently, I have picked up a tanker. This guy here is just fuel storage. We were running into the issue where we were running out of fuel, or getting close to, and having to make stops, and that would hang us up for a bit. So hopefully adding this to the fleet will make a difference. We now can carry 1,709 units of fuel, which is awesome. It's such a good thing for us because we don't burn too much, but we it'll help us get further. These support ships should not be overlooked. Extra storage for supplies and fuel are absolutely necessary. I would prefer the much larger tanker because I would only need 2 and I'd be able to go from one end of the map to the other, probably, maybe, I don't know. But this is what we have at the moment, so we're just gonna go with it. But moving on, we're gonna go after this bounty. We're gonna select this bounty, and for the sake of time, because this there's not very much time left on this bounty, we're just going to transverse jump out of there. So at base burn, it would take me 23 days to reach that bounty, which unfortunately the bounty is only going to last for 23 days. So we're going to shoot over there as fast as we can. Hopefully, I think we're going to get hit by the storm. Yep. Hopefully not get hit by the storm, but bad decision making. Lots of kite classes left around for some reason. I've seen quite a few of them, like a whole graveyard worth. Alright, anyways, so we are taking a look at the system, the Jaresha system that Mr. Aaron Paywar is left in, and 12 days remaining to find him. But now we gotta find which planet he's circling around. So he is rumored to be hiding out near a barren world in the system with a giant primary star in the Jaresha constellation. Which, unless these are a part of those, no, they're not. Okay, cool. So that would leave us with just these two. So to narrow that down, take a look at the sector. So this one has, what we're looking for is we're looking for a barren planet, which, rocky metallic. So we got a barren world right there, and an arid world right there. So possibly he could be in here, but oh, we don't have any planet data for this one. I'm gonna roll the dice, and I'm gonna say we're gonna give this one a try. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. If we guess wrong here, which... Do we have planet data now? Yes, we do. So we have two barren worlds, the one that I just popped out in front of, and a jungle. We might actually survey that jungle. Yeah, we'll take a look at that, but... Hey, payday. Alright. So he's not at the first one. Let's take a look at the other one and hope and pray that he is there. And there he is. That was a lucky guess. So yeah, we would have definitely not made it in time. He's got 5 days remaining at base burn level. If he was over here, we would have missed this bounty, and I don't want to miss this bounty. A, for the money. B, for the possibility of a better ship. Oh yeah, and everything after that one ship is pretty small. He's got lots of officers though. But alright, we're gonna hope for the best. Hopefully we don't suck and die. That wouldn't be fun. And yeah, so let's move into engage. So I have the bigger fleet, so I have more to play with, but he's got bigger ships. So we're gonna have to be a little more careful on this one. Fights with these capital ships can get pretty hectic pretty quick. So let's take a look real quick and make sure we have everything that we need. I'm positive we're gonna lose some ships out of this, but we're not gonna reclaim them if we do. So give it a deploy. You know what? We're gonna go that way. We're gonna take that sensor jammer, hopefully. And so I can't remember if I said anything about it or if I did it on camera, but I have my rail guns that I wanted so bad. Ooh, I almost shot a teammate. They make for excellent anti-shield weapons. They shoot fast, they hit hard, and hopefully they help us out a lot here. So something else that I didn't mention though is we have some new mods. We've taken up a couple of them. I will try to remember what they are off the top of my head, but right now I've got to focus. One was a graphics mod, so it changed the way explosions look, changed the way some of the other things looked as well. But the biggest thing was the explosions. The other is it's called Missing Ships. I will try to link the name of the creator of that one and what it did is it just expanded the number of or the types of ships that some of the other fleets have, because not every I want to get out of range of that guy right there. But anyways, not every oh, and that's a mod as well. Yeah, there's a couple mods that I forgot about. But anyways, not every fleet used every ship, and that missing ship mod just changed that for us. Let's switch to harpoons. This thing is getting toasted. But he's starting to put some fire back on us. And that's a dead conquest. So that can be attributed to bad AI. Plus, trying to take on one of these guys is kind of tough when they can put a bomb behind you. But as you can see, there's reasons I'm not 100% sold on taking that conquest. Alright, but let's focus again. That's the graphics mod. It just changes the way it does a couple things, but the biggest one was changing the way explosions look, so they look pretty sick. Really, I like the way it looks. That was a bad spot to drop that. I dropped it thinking those were fighters, but they are not. Gotta keep our eye out for that conquest, or not conquest, the triumph. Alright, we're totally dead in the water at the moment. Those little fighters did a number on me. I think they have ion pulsers on them, or not pulsers, but ion cannons on them. What those will do is they'll stop your weapons. They're pretty rough. And switch over to oh, I'm out of harpoons. Okay. We'll just gum them down with this. Come on. Give it to me. He's gonna be out of range. Keep an eye out. Oh, there's the triumph. Alright. So that triumph definitely took out that kite real quick. So my game plan is to get on the backside of the Triumph. They don't have too much weaponry towards the back end of them. That makes them kind of susceptible to flanking maneuvers like this. But he turned right around. I'm pretty sure they have point defense behind them. Yeah, they do. So I'm gonna go... This is kind of a cheeky way of getting behind them real quick. It's gonna become a game of who can out-damage who, and he's got high intensity lasers on him, so he's gonna out-damage me. We need to get out of his range, which is about there. So we're good here. We did some damage to him, but now we're starting to run into couple of issues. Kill that guy off so he has no back flank. And again, we're just gonna swing right behind him. Those high intensity lasers are pretty good for slowing the enemy down. And there he goes. That's one down. He's still in one piece, so we might be able to get him. Come on, man. You're not getting away from me. Alright, that one's down too. So we are going to claim victory. And what did we lose? A kite and the Hyperion class. That's what it was. So we lost 20 crew members, no Marines. And we're just gonna let them go. We don't need to go after them. So here's what I'm hoping for. Nothing. That's brutal. Okay. Recovered those guys. Take what we can from them. And actually, there we go. Well, that's the conquest. It's not exactly what I wanted. But it's a step in the right direction. Oh, it is badly damaged. Okay, so we're gonna recover that. Then we're gonna mothball it. So that way we can still operate normally. And do some scavenging, see if there's anything good here. No, those aren't good. We're just gonna break it down. Although that's not bad. Mjolnir cannon. But at least now we have a conquest. We have some kind of capital ship, something to throw fire back at the enemy, which I'm not upset about it, but I'm just disappointed. Now I'm sure it'll be a useful ship for us. I haven't played with them too many times, but I'm sure we can make some adjustments to it and okay. But I'm sure we can make some adjustments to it and try and make the most out of it. Let's see if we're near any other bounties. It's just this guy. He'll probably, or she will probably lose her bounty before we get to her. But we're gonna go to the high Brazel system and try and do something with this conquest. See, we're definitely not gonna be able to repair it unless I want to lose all of my money, but we'll see what we can do with it. We'll do some outfitting and go from there. Alrighty, and we are back, and we are sitting in a Tritachyon planet in the High Brazel system with a name that I'm not going to butcher because I've done that enough today. But we are looking at our conquest class, and it's not too bad. I like that it's got 4 slots for large ballistics. It also has a heavy ballistics integration system. It, as you can see there, it reduces the ordnance points for the weapons by 10, which is great. It means that you can put some pretty heavy armaments on this guy without overloading and having to change setups. But we're going to put 2 Mjolnir cannons because really that's all that we have. Yeah, I don't have very many large weapon systems. Over here we're going to put a Mark 9 autocannon and a heavy autocannon because that's all I have here. So up front, what we're probably going to do, well, taking a look at the missile mounts, the only thing that I'm really limited by at the moment is what I physically have. Probably want some... No, we're not going to do that. We're going to put the Typhoons on the side. And probably just start lining this thing in some point defense, really. Take that tactical laser down. We could probably move the tactical laser to the front. We're going to keep this ion beam here, though, because ion beams are good for taking enemy weapons offline. If you get the hard flux up on their shield, which hard flux is built up by damage to the shield, then hit that shield with the ion beam or any kind of suppression weapon, there's a very good chance, which we're going to change those to ion cannons. Anyways, there's a very good chance that it will basically EMP the weapon systems, which is cool. We want that. Let's see if there's anything clever over here. It doesn't look like it. Alright. Take a look at some medium weapons for us. We have quite a few slots for medium ballistics. I think the Mark 9 autocannons are going to be alright for anti-shield, so we probably just need to switch over to... would be better. So we're going to do a combination of that. We're going to put these guys here, and I'm thinking... I don't know if a hypervelocity driver or a heavy autocannon would be better. We're going to go hypervelocity drivers. And that's the setup we're going to use. So we're going to give this a couple test runs, see how it goes. I still have lots of ordnance points to put up. Dedicated targeting core is a must. Once we get integrated targeting AI, then we will... I think it's called integrated targeting AI. But anyways, this extends the range. But once we get the other version of the dedicated targeting core, we're going to switch over to that because it's actually better for every ship versus this one just being meh. But we're going to do that. We're going to change the shield on this guy. So the way that the shield on this one works is it's a omnidirectional shield, but it's very short. It's very narrow, I guess would be the term. So we don't want that. What we're going to do is we're going to convert it over to the front. It's going to extend its arc a little bit, so it's not going to be as narrow as the front face, or as the Omni Shield. And let's see. Okay, it actually makes it cost less to keep the shield up as well. So all of these things are pretty good. We're going to run with that. Okay, so looking at the vents, the capacitors, we're going to want some pretty beefy flux dissipation, because we have some pretty beefy weapons on there. If we... That increases the capacity. If we go with what we have with weaponry, but we don't have the vents and the capacitors to keep up with it, we're just going to keep burning out, and it's not going to be good for anybody. Trying to look through here and see if there's anything that I really want. Not really. I'm sure there's some stuff in here that would probably help us out, but let's go ahead and just add as many capacitors on there as it could take, which that's not bad. And I'm gonna quickly set this up. So when you're setting up the guns, what I typically like to do for a ship that has two sides like this is set up the two different sides on two different weapons groups. And what I mean by that is weapon group 1 is going to be the left side, and weapon group 2 is going to be the right side, or something similar. That way, while you're focused fire on your right side, the other weapons group is able to auto-target with the left side. So that way you don't have to change over and select to the left side while you're trying to focus on the right. It's less that you have to do, and it's more it lets the computer do more for you. It's just more or less a good way of multitasking without multitasking, if that makes sense. Make sure all of our point defense is in one space and set it up like that. Okay, so change those. I want to leave these two to auto fire, so I'm just going to leave them in the last slot. But this looks like a pretty decent setup. We are going to change the Reapers to alternating. That way we could choose which side we want to fire out, and you don't just press the button and both of them shoot out of the sides. That would be no good. We're going to link everything else. Why is this one... Oh, because it's got bigger guns on it, that's right. Never mind, never mind. So, yeah, that's what we're going to run with, and we'll see how it goes. The flux dissipation is higher than the flux used, so hopefully she does well. We're going to run a simulation with it, though. And what I like to do for simulations is run my ship versus the same ship ran by the AI. And the reasoning behind that is if your ship can't take out an AI ship of the same kind, then it's not a good build. Alright, so she's coming up. Got that front facing shield going. We're already running into issues. This thing turns like a tank. Good lord. little bit of an exchange there, but ultimately it won out the other ship. Good lord, man. Okay, so now that we got more of a feel for it, I can see that we're doing a little more damage. We need to use some of these other weapons. And my star system. And then let's see if we can't put a typhoon out on them. And we got him. For some reason, I just launched both of them. I'm not sure what just happened there, but I launched a typhoon out that way. I think it's because I just pressed the button too quickly. But we barely won that. I don't know if I'm happy with that, but we're probably going to run a couple other simulations. See how it goes, see if it was just me misclicking or if I need some more tweaking. But for the episode, though, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. We've got our hands on a brand new, or not a brand new, let's be honest. We got our hands on a different setup than what we had. A new to us conquest. And hopefully this will help us out in the future. I never put anything here. Oh, because I didn't have any lore. Okay. Well, I have that. But I don't like hammerheads. Alright, anyway, if you liked the episode, feel free to leave a thumbs up. If you didn't like the episode, leave a thumbs down. You know, do what you want to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Give me suggestions on ways to outfit this thing. I've never outfitted a conquest, so yeah, just let me know what you think. And I will see you guys in the next one.